Welcome back to The Truth with Trinity. This is part two of A Prudent Woman Doesn't Want a Man from the Streets. So, this second part is to the black man. Please, my dear brother, stop telling black women who refuse to deal with you in your lower state by your choice that she is stuck up. Because you'll hear, a guy, you know, that's on the street, and there may be a woman, and she might say no, no, thank you. I don't, that's not what I'm looking for. And then, a guy, a bruised ego, perhaps, will say, oh, you stuck up B, or you stuck up, you think you're all that. And that's slavery mentality, really. Because what's wrong with the black man or woman walking upright? And there's a difference between people who feel like they're better than someone versus a person that understands that the situation that's being presented to them, that they are better than that. So it's not to say that they are better than you, but what you're offering as a black man or a man, period, regardless of color, is not acceptable in that particular woman's sight that you seek. And all you do is have A and B option. Get your act together. If you feel like that woman is worth it, get yourself together or get out her face. But you can't continue to dog out and disrespect black women just because she says that your lower consciousness and your state of being is not good enough. And if the white woman can tell her white man what's not good enough and what is good enough, and he runs out there to go do it, how come as the black woman we can't tell you that it's time for you to put those drugs and those guns down that continuously have you getting killed out here by blood hungry cops that want to lynch you? It's all for your own good anyway. And newsflash, Ja Rule lied to you. Thugs and ladies do not go together. They don't. And I think that's deep too. Because I think, with women that mistreat men, they don't want the thug that's going to abuse them back. They want the good man, right? The woman that's promiscuous and, there's no turning back for her and she's just trying to hurt every man she sees. She always wants the good man. And I think it's the opposite with a lot of men from the streets. They don't want the Project B. They don't want the woman that, every man has been with. He wants the woman that's walking upright. And I'm like, that's unfair. I think that's unfair for men and women to carry on like that and have such high expectations when they're not producing those expectations for themselves. So, going back to the brothers out there, it's either ship up or ship out. You want you a clean woman. You want you a woman that can raise your children properly. Then you must rise to the occasion so that you can be equal in morality on a basis that's on an even playing field, basically. The black male child must be taught and shielded from any man or men that are brainwashed enough to carry on this legacy of killing and dealing. So, a lot of times, you'll see, little boys and girls too, but you'll see the little young black child, 2 years old, 4 years old, and you'll see the parents telling them to curse and, hold the gang sign up and, that's my baby, that's my girl, that's my boy. And they 3 and 4 years old listening to these poisonous songs, and that's programming them. So instead of do, re, mi, A, B, C, I'm going to grow up to own my own business. I'm going to go to engineering school. Unconsciously, You're carrying on a legacy of plantation slavery mindedness by telling and passing this on. I'm gonna be a thug, and that's all I know, and I'm gonna drop it to the floor. If it's a female child, So these are the mannerisms that continue on this legacy of us being behind. That's why we're not in the race. We're not even in the race yet. In this country, some black people are escaping and they're becoming successful. And sometimes a lot of people might call them sellouts. Some of them are, and some of them are not, you know? Um, but to continue, um, and another thing about that too, who's going to teach your black male children? If you're out in jail, if you're dead, who's going to teach your children for you? It's your responsibility, black man, to raise your children, not somebody else's children, your own children. And if you didn't want to be with that woman, okay, then it's time for you to get some self control over your sexuality because it's too many children being born to be raised by a man that halfway cares about them or doesn't care about them at all because their father's dead or locked away in jail or something, or just his mind is just scatterbrained, okay? Um, do you know there are white nationalists making jokes that you will all kill each other before it's all over? So this doesn't just refer to black men. This refers to us as a people. We're killing each other, gunfire, being locked up, abortions, unplanned pregnancies, black women, diseases, just sleeping with multiple men, just all the ways that we're killing each other. So, just a heads up. You might have started out late in life. So, but take that job that you call lame. Okay? So, a lot of times, some brothers might wake up and they might want that boring job. At least it's not as much money, nowhere near as much money as you can make illegally, but it'll keep you out of those cops' faces though. Okay? And you might have to start off later in life. But don't be afraid to work your way up. And a lot of our young brothers and sisters too, they want everything handed to them. And if our parents were born rich, or if your parents were born rich, then yes, it would be handed to you on a silver platter. But if you're like the average black man and woman in this country, you got to make it out here for your own. And it's not just for yourself. As black people, we have to start thinking generationally. And that's what white people do, and other races of people, Asians and Hispanics. They don't just think about themselves. They think about the generations to come. How is this going to affect my daughter's daughter? How is this going to affect my son's son? To see me, in this condition, or to see me successful in this condition, okay? If a black woman is telling you that A, B, and C is what it takes to be with her, and it will be it will be good for your life, so it'll be for your own good, it'll be good for your life, then perhaps making that change will be better for the longevity of your life. Okay, so I'm not saying that a woman needs to change who you are, you know. But if she's, asking, or she's letting you know what she likes, or, you're really serious, then this might help you. If these are positive changes, I would like a guy that, has a stable income. He's, he doesn't, sell drugs. She's not stuck up. She's being smart. And it's time for the black men to smarten up too. There's nothing out there for you. Okay? After all, that is what the black woman was created for. A lot of guys like to say that we come from their rib. Okay. But we're created here for a reason. There's a reason why God didn't just stop at the man. You need us here to measure your success. You need us here to create children for you. And you need us here to let you know when you're going in the wrong direction. And that's just how we are. We're emotional. We We go a lot off of, elements in the environment, When things aren't right, we're stressed out about it. The man comes through and, makes sure we're back stabilized. And if you got you a good woman, she's not going to be stable if you're out there. She has to raise those children alone because you so out there in the street or you're locked up. So I want the black man to think about these things, okay? Because the black woman does need you. Who else is going to help her? Who else is going to protect her? Who else is going to raise the black children but the black man and black woman? This is all out of love of what I'm saying. I love each and every one of you all. It's been a pleasure talking with you all. If you'd like to get in contact with me, if you have any questions or suggestions, or if you'd like to make a donation to keep the Truth with Trinity podcast rolling, you can get in contact with me at thetruthwithtrinity.com. You can also listen to my podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. And always remember, if you can't tell the truth with anyone else, you can with Trinity. Till next time, take care.